Hello. So I have a reading for you guys today regarding what heartfelt messages your person wants to bring forth for you. I have to say that this also is it's about things that they cannot say to you because maybe you guys are not in communication at this time. In general, what I want to bring forth is heartfelt messages, messages from the soul. This reading could be very much spiritually inclined. It's also intended for romantic relationships. So it's about someone that you know that you romantically maybe were involved with, are going to be involved with, or that's what you desire, and it's kind of like a mutual thing, but it hasn't like settled in yet, or it's relationships that are um, kind of up in the air, but at the same time this person is wanting to communicate with you. They are communicating with you probably a lot through signs and synchronicities, through energetic and like spiritual means, if you will, right? So you have three options today. You have tuberose with desire. Be certain of where you place your passions. And this is lilac lapidolite. The second one is agapanthus, I think that's how you say it. It does have another name. It's called lily of the Nile, and also African lily. And it says words of love, speak with your heart, and you have a little rose quartz heart. Then the last choice would be moth orchid with communication, listen and speak with greater care, and desert rose is the option for that. I will be doing tarot and then as well as oracle cards. And at the end, I have this little heart that has a lot of little papers in it. And there's zodiac signs, there's sign synchronicities, again, numbers, some phrases. And that's just going to be extra confirmation for you and a little bit of an extra message at the end, if you will. So yeah, go ahead, pick your pile. You could pick based on what you see here. You could go to the timestamps and base it on your numbers, on the numbers that you see there too. Also, there's channel songs for each pile, so maybe you will pick based on the channel songs. Okay. So I'm going to start with pile one. Okay. Alrighty, so hello pile one. If you pick tuberose with desire, be certain where you place your passions, and lilac lapidolite, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to first tell you a little bit about the flower that you picked, because I was guided to do some research for the flowers, and then I also got channeled messages when I was doing your oracle cards. I'm going to put the oracles over here. Okay, so tuberose symbolizes wild pleasures, primordial passions, seductive. It also has a seductive fragrance. It symbolizes passionate affairs, love of adventure, and it's also used in weddings. I'm sure if you do your own research, you will probably find other things that resonate with you as well. But those were the things that resonated with me for this pile. And then 1111 is also important for you, and the number 22. The two songs that were significant for you are interesting and a message in itself, if you will. So the first one is Ghost by Justin Bieber, and then Youngblood by 5 Seconds of Summer. It's this person sees you everywhere they go, kind of. Your memories, I don't want to say that they hunt them, but the memories that you have together is something that they daydream about often. They kind of relive them in that way. And okay, so when I was doing your oracle, these are the channeled messages that came through. So not knowing how to say things to you or how to even come forward, They're trying to find ways of communicating their feelings. So this is someone that I feel their heart chakra has just recently opened up because they're more desire oriented. So they're more passion oriented in the sense of like sexual energy, and maybe in the past sexual connections were really the way that they, it was like the as deep as they got, if you will, right? But this relationship between you two, relationship, interesting that I said that, but what I meant to say, this connection between you two goes beyond the sexual, and they feel like there's a lot of walls that they need to tear down in order for this to work out. And so they're doing their healing, they're doing their work in that sense. um, they really are trying to come from an honest place. Like there's honesty at a soul level that they're trying to bring forth. Again, I wrote down daydream about you. They daydream about what it was, what it will be, what it could be. And there's also a little bit of planning that they're doing. At the end there, I wrote the word planning. So that's interesting. Let's get into the tarot and see what else comes through, okay? And the reason why I have to mention I call this heartfelt messages is not necessarily because the messages are going to be like lovey-dovey stuff. It's more of they're really speaking from their heart. They're speaking from at a soul spiritual level. It's not, it's almost like all of the piles, but your person also, they probably went through a very, they're going through, it feels, through a very deep heart activation. They have a lot of love to give. They've had a lot of love to give their entire life, but they kind of kept that part of them closed off, maybe because they've gotten hurt as well. So, but with you, it's almost like they can't help themselves. Okay. With the King of Pentacles starting off, interesting. They're very, so this person could be trying to tell you here that they got their shit together. Quite honestly, they really do. They they've reached a new maturity level, if you will. They also are very comfortable as far as materialistically, or just in they're very stable when it comes to money, career, their life in general. Again, the only part of them where they're flustered is when it comes to their emotional connections. Their what is it? The romantic connections. There, you keep coming up, and maybe this person keeps trying to date, because now with the Three of Cups, I'm thinking of like celebrations, going out to drink, celebrating with friends, trying to get out of a funk or something like that. But again, it's with the Pentacle here, it's like you're always there. You're always, I'm hearing, you're always on my mind. Is that a song? I don't know if that's a song. I'm hearing like a melody that's like an old-timey song, and it's like, you're always on my mind. Yeah, look at that. When they get time to themselves, when they get time to go within, and they're doing that work that I keep telling you about, like that inner work, they, yeah, they think about you. It's not that, but it is. Whenever they get time to themselves, right? They're not in this with friends, or doing stuff that they want to do, even, right? Celebration, drinking, going out, partying, whatever. When they're with themselves, they really do, they think about you. But also, you thinking about you makes them think about themselves, and going, it makes them want to grow. Um, they also are trying to see the lesson in this, I think, in your connection. And that could be why they're a little bit confused as far as what to even say, when they themselves haven't figured it out, right? This is what I meant, like what they feel like they have to work towards a way of even communicating with you or figuring out what they even want to say to you. With the Seven of Pentacles, it's like there's seeds that they've been planting, but it's almost like they're waiting for those to sprout. They're waiting for certain ideas to come to fruition for them. Maybe also, since I mentioned like their stability in this reality, right? Like 3D things, like having a place to live, making sure that they're stable with their money, that their career is going well. They feel like they need some kind of sense of security or completion when it comes to their affairs, as far as their abundance goes, in order for things to solidify between you, or for them to be able to like come forth. This is that confusion energy, but this is also the subconscious. It's just in that the moon will come up here. So right away, okay, I have to mention Virgo, Pisces is here, all the earth signs because of the King of Pentacles, but definitely Capricorn is coming up, Virgo again, and then Taurus is here as well. What's even more interesting is that you have, in this spread, you have Cup and Pentacles, right? You have water energy with these two, and then you have Pentacle energy, which is, again, they're really going through it when it comes to, like in the 3D, this is not happening energetically or spiritually anymore. It's coming through into their reality. They're having to put a lot of work into their emotional intelligence. Very interesting. So there's emotional intelligence that's trying to come through here for them. Maybe they're also realizing that what they're working on is not just for them, it's also for the benefit of this connection, or that this connection leads them to growth, and they admire that. They actually welcome it. It's really interesting. And just look who's at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is you. And you know what? Maybe you've walked away from this person. You yourself have gone on a healing journey of your own, and a spiritual path of your own, like spiritual growth, and you've seemed to have a lot of accomplishments in this realm of getting to know yourself spiritually, very much so. The Emperor, 7 of Wands, interesting. And another 7 could be significant for you. All right. Let's look at your oracle cards, okay? Strength. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gift in this situation. Exactly. That's what the Hermit card is telling me. They're looking for, even though you trigger a lot of change and expansion in them, they welcome it because they see the value in it. They see how they're on the other side of all of this things that they need to work through is healing, is a more mature or a more emotional intelligent person that they want to be as well. You're not forcing this upon them. If anything, if you guys came together, cross path, had some kind of short-lived relationship or whatever it might be, and the reason why it lingers is because you two were meant to meet each other for a reason. I feel like the story is not over yet, though. It's not. It's definitely not over. You both could be at a precipice of a lot of growth in your individual lives, and then eventually it's almost like that leads you to be together, is what I'm hearing, to flow. Yep. Find an easier path forward, surrender the outcome, release your expectations. This speaks to the divine trying to tell you both to find your strength in letting go. letting go takes a lot of strength. Letting things be where they what they might be, right? Letting each other be who you are, and allowing growth to happen at its own pace. But they really want to, again, tell you that they do think about you all the time. You're always at the forefront of their mind. Also, I'm hearing whenever they're celebrating some accomplishments here or whatever, they think about you. They think about maybe contacting you and like telling you about it. But they also see that you might be this hermit as well. You might be on your own spiritual journey at this time, or they don't want to disturb your peace until they feel like they need to come full circle regarding something. Interesting. Rainbow waterfall miracles. Rainbows could be significant for both of you. 31, so that could be someone's age as well. With the butterflies, is making me think of transformation. The rainbows, like, like, and then the waterfall, the flow. Again, there's that need to just allow things to unfold. Divine timing is at play as well for both of you. Interesting. Thicket of thorns. See how the same butterflies are in this card as well. Uncertainty. It's almost like she's walking, even though there's uncertainty, you still keep going in the path, right? Even though there's uncertainty for them as well, they still keep, the strength is speaking about this. Like they keep going even though there's the whole picture hasn't been revealed to them, if you will, right? And then when they keep going, I'm seeing it backwards now, like they arrive here and they're like, oh shit, like it's like a dream come true for me. Oh, wow, yeah. Nymph, wood nymph, beauty. I feel like that's how they see you. The fact that there's 3 figures here leads me back through the 3 of Cups. Maybe there's 3 significant times that you guys have kind of tried to get this relationship to start, if you will. I definitely feel like, excuse me, that's confirmation. Definitely feel like here with miracles, this might have been the initial, I want to say, spark between you. Like it was bliss. It was beautiful. And then it turned into triggering of growth. The fact that it's falling here under the Hermit, and the uncertainty, and that's kind of the energy that you might be moving through at this time. And then we're ending with beauty, with some kind of celebration. There's a full moon that I'm drawn to see here, and then there's a full moon here too. There's a lot of peacefulness here. There's a lot of, what is it? Beauty itself, but it's like seeing the beauty of all of this, like as a whole, right? You zoom out and like both of you could even like talk about that eventually when you guys are in communication of, look at everything that we've been through, and after all, we did it. Like we're here, we're together. Interesting. Adjustments are required. That's the beginning energy. That's the things that they're working through there. Wow, your dreams need a practical plan. Interesting. Full moon in Taurus. That could be speaking about their daydreaming about you and like what to say and all of that. The divine might be really communicating with them in the sense of like, hey, we understand that you, for example, want to take this person out for a weekend, but maybe make a practical plan and actually reach out to them, communicate, something like that. The fact that that was my example, that could be a hint of something, but there's that earth energy again, though. And the thing about the bull, right, the Taurus, it's like they choose, it's like I'm hearing like you choose your target and you really just go for it. There's no hesitation. But there is a little bit of not hesitation, but a little bit of lingering of the energy because of this Piscean energy here, which is really interesting that at opposite ends we have the King of Pentacles, which is someone that honestly, if it's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo energy, earth signs in general, they're not afraid of going for what they want. They really do stick to their goals, if you will. But the Piscean energy here also is nice because it kind of gives balance. However, it could be clouding this person a little bit. Maybe they stay too much in their head about this instead of putting it into the practicality of things. Interesting. A full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. There's so much earth energy here. It leads me back to what I was saying in the beginning, where earth energy is about grounding things into this reality. What's been happening energetically and spiritually between you two, this person really does want to bring it forth in this, like in the 3D. If you guys have been communicating energetically, spiritually, in your dreams, interesting, in your dreams, you could be communicating. Now is the time that they feel like we're close to that, um, to the moment of actually speaking to each other again, making plans with each other again. And it doesn't have to be a grand thing. It could just start with a date, for example. Wow, happiness. I'm aware that I'm a being, I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. That's what I was saying with, even on within the uncertainty, right? This path that they're walking on. You know why they keep walking it? Because they see you at the end of it. They see this miracle, this connection. Happiness. You are their happiness. That's beautiful. Maybe they're coming to the awareness of just how important you are in their life because of the things that they've been through and the introspection that they're doing. Maybe the energetic connection you guys have been having, the energetic and spiritual connection, has allowed them to have a lot of growth in their emotional body and the spiritual sense of things as well. And they're finally seeing things for what they are. The hermit is finally acquiring the knowledge that it was seeking in the first place. Wow, Stingray. This makes me think of a Kundalini awakening here. Your connection feels very powerful, very meaningful to them as well. With Sting, Ray, it's making me think of like a sting, and like an initial sting. It was like an initial spark for both of you, honestly. And this is water energy. I like that you have earth and water. Very, very opposite energies, but a very, I don't know, it just feels right. The fact that Virgo and Pisces are the opposite of each other as well, that's really interesting. There's a very beautiful contrast between you two. Okay. I hope that kind of helped. Now let's look into some messages here. I'm sorry if I'm shaking this really loudly, but I don't think it's that loud for you guys. Let's see what comes through. I want to see if some signs come out, because like zodiac signs, because of all the ones that I've been mentioning here. And let's see what numbers and stuff. So whatever comes out here, it could be how they communicate with you, or how your guides communicate with you regarding this connection. Music, of course, music is significant. I feel like every pile that not every pile, every collective that I do when it comes to love and connections, music is so significant. It makes sense. Instagram feed, interesting. Not just your Instagram feed, but it could also be that they might communicate with you through Instagram. So that's interesting. Crystals. Okay. So you both might be into crystals. Or you could be into crystals and they kind of like that about you. They like that you're into into the metaphysical stuff. Okay, movies. Maybe you guys are going to a movie, and that's like the initial kind of thing that you're doing. It's not. It's very sweet and like innocent, and they want to start off not like, it's not like bulldozing towards you with all of this stuff and a decisive plan. It's like they want to grow with you. They want to co-create with you. It's very beautiful. Wow, synchronicities, dreams. I'm telling you, dreams are significant, and daydreaming is significant. You might even feel this person's energy when they're daydreaming about you. You on the other, like by yourself, this person might come to mind, and then you also just feel like warmth and happiness and like a calmness when this person thinks about you or daydreams about you. 999 could be significant as well. And last one. Okay, 888. Makes me think of infinity as well. This was such a beautiful message. I hope that this brought you some clarity or confirmation. I hope that it helped you, put you at ease a little bit regarding this connection, because I feel like this person is just doing their growth, or they're working on a lot of emotional healing as well. And I feel like you can relate to that. So you're not, it's, that's the thing about you. Your energy is also so sweet and kind, which is probably why they feel so drawn to you and so sweet in regards to you. Whenever like they tap into your energy, they feel also very, very welcome, very taken care of. They're just trying to find a balance of allowing themselves to even feel this connection, if you will, because it has been triggering, and it has triggered like a metamorphosis within them. And again, you know what that feels like if you have been on a spiritual path. So it's just a matter of timing and flow and allowing. But I feel like they're very close to coming forth with some kind of communication, some kind of offer. Yeah, it was a beautiful energy to tap into. So I want to thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, Pal One. And once again, I want to thank you, and I really hope this helped you. And I'll see you in the next one. Just setting up for Pal 2 here. Hello, Pal 2. So if you pick the Agapanthus, or word that I cannot say, card, which is Words of Love, Speak with Your Heart, and the Rose Quartz card, this is going to be your reading. I have to say, Pal 2, that I just want to go over a little bit about kind of how this reading is going to go, because in the intro I was just very vague, if you will, but I have a lot of channeled messages. I have some other meanings for the flower that you picked as well. I also have to mention that these are heartfelt messages, but it's more in the sense of your person trying to tell you things that they maybe cannot say yet, or they cannot, it's really hard for them to put into words, if you will. It's not necessarily all going to be like love related, if you will, but it is a message from the heart that they want you to know at this time. It's something significant, maybe that they are going through, or that they have been experiencing, but they cannot maybe you guys are not in communication. It does feel like this collective in general, this whole reading, it's about people who are not in communication, but your person still reaches out energetically and spiritually. So for your flower, it's also called African lily or lily of the Nile. And it comes from a Greek word that's called agape, which equals love. So this also is a flower of love, or is called a lovely flower. So this person could see you as literally you're just a lovely soul, lovely energy. I just got so calm all of a sudden. It's really interesting. It's also very easy for me to speak, but at the same time, I feel like my throat is a little, it's tightening or something. It's so with the words of love, they have a lot of words of love for you, but they also see you as like an inspiration for loving words, a loving energy. So this flower symbolizes love, fertility, purity, beauty. It used to be worn to protect against thunderstorms, which is interesting. It provides strength and fertility. Interesting. It says that, okay, I forgot this, that I even wrote this. So is used in as an aphrodisiac. Oh my God, what can I say that word? I can't say it. What is that word? It's so interesting. I was saying how it was so easy to speak and like very calm energy. And all of a sudden, when I get to like a certain part of what my channeled messages were, it's like I can't even say them. That's interesting. That speaks to your person. Okay. Okay, moving on to the songs that were significant for you. How Deep Is Your Love, especially the Chris Lake remix, okay, by Calvin Harris and the Disciples, and then No Limit by G Eazy. Very interesting songs that your person has here. And then when it came to your oracles, when I was doing your oracle cards, I have to say, I shuffled and I picked the cards right away. I would shuffle and then pick the cards right away. It was a very decisive energy. So I wrote down very decisive and well spoken, to the point, a fast energy. Not a sense of urgency, but a sense of knowing what they want and communicating, taking action towards you and towards, again, what they want. But it's, but at the same time, it's like they don't want to give too much away. Here is what I'm hearing now. The message from your oracles came out so fast. I haven't looked at them, but I'm saying like I would shuffle, for example, I would shuffle the cards, right? And then all of a sudden I will like right away just go into the deck, pick out 3 or whatever I needed to do and move on to the next. Very decisive, not a lot of lingering around. And that's not always the case. Every pile has their own energy, which is why I even talk about like the channeled messages, because I start picking up on the energy when I do the oracles. But yeah, your person seems to be very decisive about something. They have a lot to say. They have a lot to say for sure. And they're someone that's really good with words. So we're talking about someone that's maybe a writer, a poet I'm hearing, or maybe music is very significant in your connection. Like songs could be significant for you. Lyrics are significant. The Page of Cups and the 7 of Swords. I'm not taking that. I wasn't ready. However, I'm hearing when pigs fly. It's really interesting. They feel like they need the right time and place for this communication to happen, for them to communicate in the 3D, right? But right now we're looking at what they want to say, if they could say it right now. So let's focus on that, okay? This could be someone that sometimes gets a little bit too ahead of themselves, or maybe that speaks to your energy as well. Let's see. The Hierophant, okay. Yeah, very wise, very much in tune with their spirituality. I think this is how they see you. You might be a little bit intimidating to them, but at the same time, they see you as such a welcoming energy that it's like they can't help but look at you, or they can't look away. That's beautiful. Six of Cups. So this is definitely someone from your past, and someone that wants to offer you. You see all the pink here? The fact that you picked the rose quartz. They want to offer you the sun. They want to offer you a new beginning, something very balanced. They might be also doing a lot of inner child healing. That speaks to me about that. Or your connection has helped them to do a lot of inner child healing. It's also helped them to grow spiritually. This feels like a very spiritual connection. Wow, the Star. So this is, the Hierophant is Taurus energy, and the Star is Aquarius energy, and we are in Aquarius season right now. This makes me think of Wish Upon a Star, but also her heart is very open, very, the wish that they've wished for, right? It's one of love and like a loving connection. So they could also see you as their wish fulfillment. Again, you are coming through as someone that they truly do see like a beautiful soul, a beautiful connection. This makes me think of the strings, the threads of fate, if you will. There's a lot of enlightenment overall, because I'm seeing it in both cards here. Wow, the Lovers, are you kidding me? Well, that says it all right there, right? This is Gemini energy, but also, I also, when I initially said the Lovers, right away I heard choices. They feel like they wonder if they are just one of your choices, and at the same time they feel like they've chosen you. So now they're wondering, are they going to choose me back? Like, and I'm hearing from your end, it's like, duh, right? Duh, I like you, or something. The fact that we have so much major arcana, I only have one of the regular judgment. It's, again, it feels like this is your, it's like divine orchestrated. Also, the divine seems to be intervening in this connection, but in the best way, in the way that leads you both to choose each other, if you will. There's a lot of freedom, and it's what you deserve. This beautiful connection I'm hearing is what both of you deserve. You've been working to it, through it, for it, if you will, right? There's been a lot of healing that you've done, a lot of ascending, a lot of growth in your personal lives. And then boom, there's this union here because you choose each other. And it's like the divine is like celebrating with you. It's really interesting. What a beautiful reading. The bottom of the deck is, you know, your guides could be very funny as well. With the Devil here and then the Six of Pentacles. Well, this is like a little side message. In the past, what was getting in between you, this Devil energy, I'm not seeing it. It was like what was holding you back, is what I want to say, was the lack of an equal give and take here. Yeah, the lack of growth that you both had to do, also of letting go of burdens, forging your own path, healing that you had to be done. Yeah, abandonment wounds that had to be mended, if you will. And if this is resonating for you, what I'm seeing is that the changes are coming. It's you it's like I'm seeing this like the divine giving you an update. It's not just your person, or it could be their higher self, definitely, because I'm seeing it in this card. But they're saying that this is like an update. Hey, there's growth that has happened. There's healing that has happened. There's a realization of like past life connections and a choice that you've chosen each other. Now it's time to trust. Let things fall where they may. Let God, faith, your higher self, your spirit team bring you this karmic justice. I'm hearing you deserve it. Both of you do. And make sure that you speak from the heart when you speak to each other again. Wow, look at that. Temperance, yeah. Very equal give and take. Very much balance. A lot of healing in your connection for both of you. There's a lot of beautiful energy between you. And a lot of beautiful energy that comes from you because of who you are to each other as well. Let's see what else they have to say. Oh, friendship. Seek out your soul family. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend more time socializing. So it's beautiful because maybe both of you come from a place of being friends first. And that could be very significant for this connection to flourish. Or the reason why this connection has flourished is because you haven't put a lot of pressure on each other. You've left it. I'm hearing you, if you separated from each other, it was to heal and grow, and you don't hold resentment. There's no resentment at all, because this is a beautiful energy that I'm feeling. It's very calm, very sure of what they want, sure of each other. Wow, yeah, intuition. Both of you have very high in intuition, without a doubt. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Wow. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. If this is a divine counterpart connection, which it makes sense because the lovers is here, and also there's so much major arcana. It has to be very divinely orchestrated. Your connection is very much protected. You've been connected for many lifetimes as well. The fact that both of you have very heightened intuitions, you're being represented as the Hierophant, the star, maybe divination tools. So some of you could be readers yourselves, like tarot readers, or you could use pendulums. You could be a channeler of some kind because of the word thing. Maybe that's how you bring the divine forth in your practice, whether you think it's a spiritual practice or not, by writing or poems, songs themselves. It's also the divine is calling you, or this person as well is telling you, hey, what do you believe in your heart to be true about each other, about both of us, about this connection? Trust it even if you don't have physical evidence of it yet, because I'm working on that, is what I'm hearing. This person's making me channel a lot. They're making me speak like if I was them. It's really interesting. But again, it's because they're very sure of everything. It's just there's a missing link, not a missing link. There's a final step that has to happen for this to come full circle and not just be energetic and spiritually, but grounded in this reality as well. Wow. Wild Rose Fairy, love. I'm telling you, there's so much love between you. For many lifetimes, I have to say that because I just keep hearing it. For all of a sudden, I'm very emotional. Okay, Spirit Guardian of Winter Retreat. Maybe they want to take you on a little retreat. Did I mention that earlier? I don't know. No, I think it was another pile. But there's there's this sense of wanting to protect you. They feel very protective of this energy. The fact that there's a little house there, it makes me think that they feel at home with you. They want to protect that as well. Your love feels like coming home to them. Wow, that's deep. That's beautiful. Dragonfly spirit, change. This speaks to the transformative energy that this connection has had for both of you, right? Has brought forth for both of you. And when I tell you the divine spirit, like it's all over this. God has a hand in this somehow, some way. I'm seeing spirit all around because in this deck, in the LIGHTSEERS deck, whenever there's little orbs, little dots, I always see it as spirit, and it's everywhere, dude. It's everywhere. It almost like flows in, flows out, and flows in again. Also, you could be getting a lot of signs and synchronicities regarding this person at this time. And a lot of love messages that could be coming through with in songs or just in general. Whenever you think about them, the energy that like washes over you is one of calm and just a loving energy. And you might be like, I don't understand where this is coming from because I don't have any physical representation of this, but it's about to. It's almost like the pre the preface to something. Wow. A win-win alchemist forecast, full moon in Libra. So Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet of love. Again, there's a lot of balance. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Because 6 speaks to balance. And obviously, if they want to bring an offer forward, it will be a very balanced one. It's something that you deserve is what I'm hearing. Wow. A new start is coming, new moon. Holy crap. Can't get any more synchronistic than that. I don't know if you're going to understand what I mean here, but it's almost like this full moon of like equal give and take, and what it says, a win-win outcome starts. It's almost like this energy expands, and you see how it's all around this moon now, this new beginning. It's like the growth that you both have done. When you come together, it's like an explosion of energy, and then um, it becomes everything around you, and then you start anew, and then it's like you go through cycles, you do it all over again. Maybe that speaks to past lives and what you've been doing in your past lives. You always come together, you always trigger each other into a lot of growth, soul growth. The answers you need are coming. What did I say? And this is Gemini. Synchronicities. Gemini could be very significant. One of you has to be a Gemini for sure. I wouldn't doubt it. The answers you need are coming exactly. The communication is coming. I'm telling you, because even the card that you picked, it says words of love. Words are about to be spoken. They're about to be sent to you. It could be like communication through text or something like that, but it's still, there's things that are going to be said, and they're loving things. I cannot stress that enough. Wow, change again. So many synchronicities for you guys. I understand that nothing can grow and evolve without movement. I feel like this is what this relationship is to both of you. It triggers growth for both of you. It's beautiful. And it's not the first time. This has happened in many lifetimes before, which is probably why you guys feel so connected to each other, or you feel like you have to choose each other. And you've chosen each other many lifetimes ago as well. And now it's time to do that again. So that's why the energy is like gaining momentum. There's a lot of passion between like not between, like behind you, moving you forth. And your intuition might be very heightened at this time, picking up on all of this that's happening or about to happen. Like you feel the wheel turning, you feel the changes happening. Wow, the golden egg, and golden opportunity. I picked it from this deck when I was shuffling. I was asking how does the person feel at this time. So they feel like they have a golden opportunity to come forth. They also feel like they're like nestled and they're very protected. Again, there's a lot of protection in general. They feel very protected of this new beginning that they want to have with you. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. Wow. Okay. Let's see what wants to come out for you here. So in this little heart, I have like papers with zodiac signs, numbers, synchronicities, phrases. So let's see what wants to come through for you. All right. They have a lot to say, but I can't take all of the papers, right? It's almost like they want me to read all of them. Okay, so Sagittarius could be significant as well. Songs, what did I say? Music in general, definitely. Definitely music. You guys are musically inclined. Interesting. 2222. So if you have your clock on military time, you could see that number a lot. And that if you see it, it has to do with your person. Libra, another synchronicity. We got Libra before. Dreams. Okay. Maybe you've been dreaming about this person, or maybe when you start dreaming about them, that's also a sign for you that this person could be wanting to communicate. Aquarius. Aquarius. We're also in Aquarius season, so maybe the communication's happening in Aquarius season. 555. The number 5 speaks to change. We have change here twice, and now it's here 3 times. So the energy times 3, right? It's very significant changes are coming towards this connection in general. And it's one of love. Oh, wow. Love songs. Again, songs, but love songs. Did you get a love song? So your song was How Deep Is Your Love? And then No Limit by G Eazy, which is the fact. Okay, wait. G Eazy is a Gemini, by the way. I have to mention that because Gemini is here and that's Gemini's here. So that's one of you is definitely a Gemini. Probably the person, the masculine in this energy is a Gemini. And the person who maybe has, whoever sends songs to you is probably your person, and they're a Gemini, so that's interesting. And they're the masculine energy here. Interesting. They're the letter G could be significant, so maybe their name starts with G or their last name or something like that. Very interesting. I love this. I love this collective. You guys have such beautiful energy, and there's so much love between you. It's infatuating, is what I should say. That's the word for sure. All right. I really hope that this brought you some clarity, confirmation. It helped you out a little bit to kind of put you at ease or give you a sense of like where this person's at in regards to your connection. Although with the intuition being here, I know that you guys already kind of felt these things. So I know for sure that this reading was probably just a lot of communication. Interesting. A lot of confirmation is what I wanted to say. But it's always good to have confirmation, especially when you only have this connection energetically and spiritually. You could sometimes really second guess yourself because you're like, well, I don't have any physical proof, or if this person feels that way about me, why haven't they spoken or whatever. It's coming, pal, too, okay? I want to thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. And I really hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Alrighty, hello, Paul 3. So if you picked the morph orchid with communication, listen and speak with greater care, and desert rose, this is going to be your reading. So let me go over your channel messages first. So while I put this over here, so I was guided to look up a little bit about the flowers that I chose for the piles. And orchids, first of all, they're beautiful, but they also symbolize purity, inner beauty, elegance, fertility, sexuality, and they're connected to the goddess Aphrodite. So maybe some of that stuff like kind of gives you a little hint about what the message is going to be here. It feels like a very loving message as well. And even though these are heartfelt messages, they're not just going to be love oriented. I left it open for your person, or I should say, I'm leaving it open here for your person to really just say, speak from their heart. And it doesn't have to be regarding your romantic connection, although it leads to that. But it could also just be things that at the moment they cannot tell you. It does feel like it's because you're not in communication, but also because they're doing their own work and their own healing. And they just want to give you like a little bit of an update or where they are, if you will. Kind of to speak from the heart, but to put you at ease in some way as well. And then the songs that came up for you was Slow It Down by the Lumineers and Fuck You by CeeLo Green. I know, such like a contrasting. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you already saw it when you clicked on the timestamps, but maybe this person's wondering if you were someone else, and they could be a little bit jealous of that, or it's a little bit triggering for them, if you will. Not a little, a lot, because of the song. But and then when I was doing your oracles, these are the channeled messages that I got right away. I got that they see your face everywhere. And this is not just in people that look like you. Some people don't even have to look like you, but their essence reminds them of you. And right away, even if they don't want to, it's like it's like you. It's almost like a ghost. You appear in front of them, because you remind that person reminds them of you. And this is not just in physical, like face to face, and TV shows that they watch, and a YouTube video, and a TikTok, wherever they, I don't know, maybe they do look you up in places, like when it comes to like social media, and they literally go look at your face often, or they have pictures of you. But I'm saying, like, in their day-to-day life, you just come to mind because people remind them of you. Your name is also everywhere, or your initials. They see you in dreams as well. They worry about how things will work out between both of you. They're wondering where they belong in your life, where they stand, and like it's almost like they're wondering, what do I mean to you? Who am I? Who am I to you? But at the same time, they're wondering who you are to them as well. It's like the same questions that they have for you, they have for themselves in regards to you. They look out for you in the sense of they think that they're going to see you somewhere. So this could be someone that you are in close proximity with. I don't want to say that you work together or anything like that, or you're in school together, but it's like you might live in the same town, same city. You might be in the same, what I want to say, groups or something like that. Maybe I don't know, you have the same profession, so they're thinking, oh, maybe I'm gonna see them here or there because my work, or not even works. It could be hobbies or something. You have the same interest, and maybe you hang around with the same people sometimes, and they're wondering if the both of you are going to bump into each other. So this person is kind of waiting for fate to work its magic, if you will, which honestly it doesn't feel like a bad way to approach this. They're waiting for the right time and the right place, and they know that when they do see you, the communication is going to be a great one because you've always had great communication with each other. It's just that you are not in communication at the moment. So they're waiting for like what is like a serendipity thing, like a moment. And the whole leads me back to the song from CeeLo, the Fuck You song, where it's like, if they do bump into you and you happen to be with someone else, they feel like they don't know if they're going to be able to control themselves. They also know that you're someone who could probably be dating other people. And even if you're not, they kind of like psych themselves out in the sense of, or they prepare themselves for that possibility if they encounter you out with someone else. They're like, I'm not sure how I'm going to react. I'm very jealous. This is very much my person. Kind of like that. All right, so let's see. Let's see what they, oh my God. Okay, so the cards are flying. We have 2 8s right away. So the 8 of Swords and Strength. Okay. Leo energy makes me think exactly. They're very prideful in the sense of like, they're very protective and like, it's, I'm hearing like a very masculine energy that's very much like, that is mine and you don't touch that, don't look at it. Uh, not in a, not in an, it's not a toxic masculinity thing. It's almost like the verge of being that, because this person comes from a little bit of jealousy, I feel, and it comes from their ego and their pride. But at the same time, it's like you are their pride and joy. So that's where they come from it, right? It comes from a place of a lot of love. But there's this block here. There's this, what is it? And the fact that it's an 8, you know what it's leading me to? Like a never-ending story of like infinity, of them like second-guessing this connection, overthinking things when they should be taking some action here. Maybe they need some strength and some courage behind, to overcome this. The fact that it's coming right after the 8 of Swords, maybe they are gaining that courage to come forth, if you will. Again, there's that very much protection. So Justice with Libra here. Okay. They want to bring a sense of balance here. 11 makes me think of 11:11, divine counterparts. But what is it? There's something about them maybe not liking, when I was saying like the toxic thing, like toxic masculinity, because you see how there's two images here, and there's 2 images here. It's like they realize that you bring out a lot of shadow to the forefront for them to work on, I feel. Because yeah, it's in between the strength, right? There's 2 energies. It's this, I'm not seeing, Justice is not confusing to me, but today I'm seeing it as it's almost like there's a lot of karmic lessons that you bring up for them, and they're able to conquer them. They move through them very easily. It's almost like, but they're saying that you trigger the masculine side of them that sometimes is borderline a little bit toxic, but it's from a place of like they really do just think you are their person, so they're very protective of that. Naturally, they're like, naturally I'm going to be jealous if I see you with someone else because you're my person. but at the same time they do try to balance this out, right? They try to bring reason into it. They try to bring love into those triggers. They're doing the work. They're doing the work. It's good. Yeah, they're definitely doing the work. So much major arcana here. The Hermit. So this is Virgo energy. It's you trigger them to go within and work on themselves. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. And then we end with the Seven of Swords. So we start with the Eight of Swords and we end with the Seven of Swords. So this is the sneakiness. So they can feel like, because you're not in communication, and they have to like go to your social media to look at what you're doing, how you're doing, and stuff like that. And they do it from a place of caring about you, but they also feel like it's wrong, or it's triggering some kind of shadow aspect of them. Um, but they don't want it to come what is it, to be seen that way. But they're working on it. They're working on ways of maybe okay, they do want to communicate. They're trying to find the right words, because even you trigger them a lot is what I'm hearing. It's just that just keeps coming up, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, because even me saying you trigger them a lot, I then want to take it back, but I don't want to take it back because it's the truth. But at the same time, it's like it wants to be worded in another way, because it's like you trigger me, but you also help me grow. So I appreciate the triggers. It's okay. But at the same time, don't forget that you do trigger me. So it's kind of like that. It's like you confuse me, but at the same time you drive me to find my own meanings about the confusion itself and why I was confused in the first place. So you trigger their ego, and they go and do a lot of introspection and try to bring balance into their shadow and higher self, right? Which is beautiful. It speaks to a beautiful connection that you have with each other, where you trigger growth. Consecutive numbers could be significant, because I'm looking at the fact that we have 7, 8, 9 here. I think this person also, they go back and forth. They have a lot of, they go back and forth about internally, okay? Internally for sure. They go back and forth about what this means. Does this person trigger me? What does that mean? They're also trying to put a label to the connection. Maybe they're trying to figure out if you are a soulmate, a twin flame, a divine counterpart, a high level soulmate, a karmic. They're trying to figure that out as well. But they can't help but love you. That's the thing. They can't help but think about you. They can't help but wanting to work on themselves to be someone who is deserving of you, if you will. That's interesting. Okay, action. There it is. There's action to be had, but they don't know how to get to that point. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. Yeah, they're finding confidence. Once they do, I'm telling you, it's like a fast moving thing towards you. There's some offer that they're kind of, it's, what a beautiful card. Look at the imagery. It's beautiful. It's almost like it's like a ray of sunshine coming your way. Wow, freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. Part of the action that they have to take is also at a very personal level. They're working on acquiring their own freedom. Maybe they're working towards a career at this moment, a job of some sorts. And once they have their karmic justice, their balance in that sense, they feel like they really can come forth and they can take action towards you. Growth. Yeah, there's a lot of growth happening for this person at this moment. And because it's happening for this person, it's probably happening for you as well. Because you guys are mirrors of each other. Maybe you guys both trigger each other. When I was talking about you trigger me, but I still love you kind of thing, maybe you can relate to that as well. If while I'm talking and describing this person and what they want to say, it sounds like you, that speaks to your connection. How much you guys are like each other or going through the same things, if you will. With 44, makes me think of, again, 44 is significant for you guys. Repeating numbers could be very significant. There's also just a lot of magic, because I'm seeing the mushrooms, I'm thinking magic mushrooms, but there's a little butterfly here too. You guys could also really like nature. They admire the fact that you like nature, and you're probably very tapped in to like your spirituality. Very mystical, I'm getting from that card. Wow. Orchids are connected to Aphrodite, and this is Aphrodite here. And another 8. Wow, 888 could be significant. Butterfly spirit transformation. They see you as beautiful. Again, you're like a goddess to them. That's beautiful. Foggy bog, patience. Yep, there's that energy of um, while they're doing this work, right? This light here, I'm seeing it like this light from the Hermit. While they're gaining the perspective that they need to gain in regards to this relationship and in regards to their own spiritual growth because of this relationship, you both are being asked to have a lot of patience. I like how this is, I think this represents them very well, and it's, the crane is walking this way, right? Walking towards you. I'm hearing inspired action towards you. What do you need to release? Yeah, those are the karmic lessons here that they're learning, they're going through at the moment. Until they get through them, there's not much action that can happen, and they won't feel the freedom in order to like come towards you. But they're working on it. They're working on it. They're realizing, they're doing a lot of the work that they need to do, is what I want to say. A lot of introspection, a lot of balancing of energies, letting go, cutting people, situations away from their life, or cutting themselves out of certain entanglements that no longer serve them. A fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. So Aries could also be a significant sign. There's that action oriented though, because Aries is like the ram. They really just come forth when they need to, when they make their decision. Nothing stopping this. Wow, prosperity lights ahead. Full moon, new moon in Taurus. Okay, yeah. Again with the bull as well, that bull energy coming forth. And it's rooted in earth energy, which is beautiful. So we have fire and earth, very intense. Fire is a bringer of life, of warmth, of passion. And earth, well, Taurus is actually ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet of love, the goddess of love. Venus is equal to Aphrodite. It's interesting that I keep coming back to her. Again, there's that energy that you exude. You exude love and beauty to them. They see a lot of prosperity with this union as well. Wow, discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Maybe that's the lesson that they're working on right now. This I'm seeing like a tapestry of life. Makes me think of the Hermit. For some reason, it leads me back to the Hermit of discipline. The discipline to allow the triggers to happen, and then allow the growth and the healing to happen as well. There's discipline in there because you guys are doing that a lot. There's a lot of transformation and growth that you both have done because of this connection. And they're also saying like thank you for that, and I think you feel the same way about them. Wow, the hawk. Talk about like the key, like seeing things very clearly. A lot of enlightenment for sure. And like freedom. I'm just seeing, I'm being guided back to this as well. It's almost like um, the bringer of light, or going towards the light, towards that enlightenment. Because when I pulled this card, I wanted to ask what your person feels like. So they feel like the hawk. They feel like they have a new perspective on things, on what this connection is. That they finally accomplished that insight, that, what is it? That discovery, that enlightenment. All right, let's see what comes up here. What kind of like signs, synchronicities, numbers, zodiac signs could come out as well. Let's see. Oh, okay, all right. That's a lot of papers. I think you guys have gotten the most. Hold on, because one of them fell. All right. Okay, 1010. All right, so that could be significant. Maybe you see that on the clock sometimes. That's definitely your person reaching out to you energetically at that moment. 111, okay. 444, I told you, 4 was significant here. 4 speaks about foundations, solid foundations. And the fact that we have it here twice, and then we have the energy 3 times. So the new foundation that they're trying to build with you is going to be a very grounded one. Interesting runes. So maybe some of you are into Norse, into the Norse, what is it, mythology, or runes can be significant. Maybe one of you reads the runes, or you might be interested in that. 999. All right. Ooh, Scorpio. Nice. I love Scorpios. You guys are very spiritual and tapped in as well. 555. Changes. Again, but it's coming in 3 times. The energy is very intense regarding change, new foundations, new beginnings as well. Another 444. Wow. Definitely a new foundation. A new found, what is it? They're building this relationship. They really are trying to see it for what it is and ground those into this reality as well. Kind of making sure that they have everything where it needs to be as well. Like I'm hearing ducks in a row, but also, what is it? There's a word that I'm looking for. There's a sense of stability that they want to bring towards this connection. Not just because it's how it needs to, it's the only thing that's actually going to help kind of bring you two together in a very harmonious way, but it's also because you deserve stability. They realize that maybe in the past this wasn't very stable. It was very confusing for both of you. They also feel like they have added to the confusion even more. The sneakiness, they don't want that anymore. It's like whatever growth they've been doing, it also has been helping them, again, release the things that no longer serve them when it comes to this relationship. So you scrap everything away and then you really stick to the foundation that you want. What do you want to build this on, is what they're saying, which is why communication comes back with listening and speaking with greater care. Why? Because now they really want to build something solid here. Okay, last one here, Sagittarius. So Scorpio, Sagittarius is significant. So is Leo, so is Libra, so is Virgo as well. Aries, Taurus is here. Beautiful message. Very, this collective does feel like you guys are very close to hashing things out and actually working through what you have struggled with in the past, and maybe communication is literally the thing that you have struggled with, and that is getting like a new, a brand new foundation. Like your communication is going to be nothing to worry about anymore. And because you're communicating so well and listening to each other so well and speaking from a place of love to each other, everything else just naturally flows in. Wow, it's very beautiful. There's just a need for that final little spark that inspires action towards you and from this person. I'm being guided to look at this one just because it was like hidden in there. That's interesting. Virgo, yay, confirmation. All right, yeah. Some of you are Virgos for sure. Okay. Thank you so much, Pal 3. I really hope that this helped and brought you some clarity or a lot of confirmation. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.